Recording stopped. Record. 3, 2, 1. Recording. So, September 28th, 2018. She's texting me these text messages. It's going to take a second, but it'll catch up to you. Today is February 10th, 2021. It is 3:29 a.m., almost 3:30 a.m. And this is Group 3 of 6 groups of evidence. Group 3 is text messages. This is the last thread, and I'm about 1/4 to 1/3 of the way through. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. Just give me the truth. And don't get mad. Do you even want your kids? Yes, I do. Well, you need to do what Rosemary tells you, because this case is about the kids. And if you don't, they will drop your case and I won't ever get to see them. As I told you, this is about the grandmother, not Heather. This is about Regina Seabolt, Heather Seabolt's mother. As she says, I won't ever get to see them. And now that this case is refiled again, and considering the CV19, the whole CV19 thing going on, I'm guessing and assuming, I'll speculate in the sense, something has to do somewhere, something with the grandmother is never going to get to see them. I don't know if she's ill or what the case may be. It's 3:30 in the morning now. February 10th, 2021. Continuing on. I won't ever get to see them. I'm doing what's right for the kids. No, you're not. You're doing what's right for him. No, I'm not. I seen that for myself. That they honestly, genuinely love him. And I'm not ripping them away and damaging them any more than what I've already done. And you can see that she says she's not doing any more damage to the children than what she has already done. And the next text says, that's Mom and I's convo this morning, starting with Mom. She says the right things for the right reasons. And then she says, I had a long discussion with Regina, which is her mother, this morning, and the end result is I've told her I've made up my mind and nobody is going to change that. So now I'm catching shit from Mamie too. I just told her off and I'm done listening to anybody. I'm just trying to prove to you that I'm doing the right things for the right reasons. You don't have to text back. I just wanted you to know what's going on. I say, I appreciate that very much. She says, your lawyer hasn't called you yet. Your lawyer hasn't called you yet. I say, what made it click that Aunt Peggy is the enabler? As an enabler, is the enabler. I say, no, I have no attorney for my calls. She says, I just started thinking, like, I don't have the money to get the attorney. She did give it to me, $2,000. She just gives everybody the ammunition to do what they want. She lets April and Haley and Peyton stay there, even though April treats her like crap. She enables April to treat her like crap. And if she would kick April out and let the kids go with her, everything would go back to normal. Maybe he's waiting until he gets the motion for dismissal papers. I say, yes, I figure he is too. Then I say, she is the enabler. She says he probably thinks, oh wow, this is too good to be true. Which he did, which is the reason why he texted me unreal when he texted me the words unreal. She says, yes, she is, as it Mama Peggy, the enabler. She calls her Mama Piggy, but whatever. I says, she is the enabler. Yes, 100. I'm sure he won't tell me until he can prove it to me himself. She says, like when I told her I wanted to. She says, like when I told her what I wanted to do with dropping the case, she said, if that's what I wanted to do, I'm telling you, I've defended you to no end for the past 2 days. Now, how can you defend me to no end for the past 2 days, the entire massive family, and then turn around and file 2 lying purged affidavits in court 2 years later when you know the truth? Right here, she says, I've defended you to no end for the past 2 days. I can send you all of mine and Mamie's messages. I say, not just me, but the truth. And she says, and mine and Regina's. Exactly. I say, always defend the truth. Thanks, but no thanks. As she was trying to send me all of their text messages, whatever they said, and she defended me, and I just tell her, I appreciate the offer, but it's not necessary. Now, I probably could have had a lot of more amounts of evidence right there. I don't think that any more massive amounts of evidence is really necessary. I think that this massive amounts of evidence is probably enough. She says, okay, LOL. Are you feeling any better about things? I sure am. I feel lighter. I know I have to. I feel lighter. I know you have to as well. You have to. Yes, that's what happens when you start speaking the truth. She says, my phone always changes my you to I if it's not caught before sending. I say, the burden gets lifted. She says, exactly. I say, lies carry a lot of weight. She says, yes. I say, the truth is much lighter. She says, I agree. I say, she says, not listening to everybody else helps too, which I've told her that for 7 years at this point. You know what I mean? 9 years now. Or whatever, 6 and 8, whatever that it is. I'm saying, I've been telling her that since we met. I say 10,000. She says, I wish Nikki would hurry and file the motion to dismiss. I honestly can't wait for you to be told. Like, I'm excited for you to not have to have that pressure anymore. I say, me too. And then again, she puts the pressure on me now again. I find 2 new purged affidavits 2 years later with 3 years old information that was lies the first time. She says again, and you've done an awesome job with honor and freedom, especially honor, and I can't tell you that enough. Which is also not what she just wrote in her purged affidavit that she signed, and she purged it. Which is illegal in a felony 3 in Ohio, minimum 12 months in prison. I say, did you pay the Guardian ad litem $750? Or did you not pay the Guardian ad litem $750? Do you see the way that I speak and the way that she speaks? As mine is very specific and detailed, and hers open and ended to mean any conclusive of any conclusion. I say, and thanks again for saying that about honor and freedom. She says, I didn't pay her anything, and you're welcome. I say, I'm also waiting for Rosemary to call and tell me all the visits are canceled. She says, I can't believe she hasn't done that. Excuse me. I say, I'm sure she will wait, like my attorney will too. She says, I can call her and tell her to call you if you want me to. I say, but everybody's waiting for Nikki. As at this point, Rosemary's waiting for Nikki. The Guardian Lydian's waiting for Nikki. The judge Honorable Judge Nist at this point is waiting for Nikki. My attorney's waiting for Nikki. Heather's waiting for Nikki. I'm waiting for Nikki. Everybody in all of this group that we've all been drawn into by Nikki is now waiting for Nikki for us to all do our jobs. That is not a responsible attorney. That is not an accountable lawyer. That is not a dependable person. That is, again, a manipulative, seductive, deceptive person. And she lied in open court, and it's on court record, on the transcripts. She said I didn't communicate for 9 months, and she lied. I say, but everybody's waiting for Nikki. She says, my words to Rosemary were, I don't want to pursue supervised visitation anymore. You are no longer needed. Rosemary said, okay then, I'll take the visits off my calendar. I said, those are good words. She says, you're right. You're right. They're probably waiting on the paperwork. So I say, so now that the other 5 visits are canceled before the 72-hour period, you don't have to pay the other $400 for 5 visits, right? And she says, right. All fees are dismissed. I refuse to let them use our kids to get money anymore. I say, so yesterday you just saved $1,150 all in one day? She says, I talked to your mom for a couple hours last night. I think she was shocked about how clear I'm thinking. Yeah, responding to the money, yeah. And more importantly, I saved you and our kids money. And I say, that's really awesome too. She says, I don't want to deprive our kids of anything. Well, once again, you just deprived them of another 10 months of their Social Security and their field trip to the zoo, and I can't even tell you the bikes that they were going to receive for their birthdays that I can no longer afford to give them bikes for their birthdays. Now this year I have to pay an attorney today. And I say, and most important, you saved all of our hearts and our minds, including mine and including Heather's, as I have thought of Heather in these things. At that time then, I did. Now, I don't. I say, they were about to get fat paid to destroy our entire family. She says, your mom said she can tell that I'm just not blowing smoke up everybody's ass. This time. Like she did the 2 previous times. And that she can tell I've honestly changed. She says, yes, they were about to destroy our family. I say, who collects money to mentally destroy little innocent children? Her response is, evil ass people. That's what her response is. I said, who collects money to mentally destroy little innocent children? And her response is evil ass people. She says, once you get the papers stating that the motion for dismissal was filed, maybe we can talk instead of text, lol. Texting takes forever, and I can't find the words to tell you everything I feel. I say, maybe once the motion for dismissal was completely done and over and done with, is done and over with. She says, I wonder how that works anyway. Will the lawyers have to go back to court? Will we have to go back? I don't know. Excuse me. I say, that's what I'm saying. I may have to go back. At that point, I had never even received any notice that she had already received. She says, "Oh, well, I hope you don't." I say, "This may take till November 1st. I have no idea." She says, "I hope not. So do I come back next week or not?" I say, "Yes, of course, 100." She says, "I don't want to go to jail for not showing up." I say, "You may go to jail if you do show up in court again," in the sense of it's only going to take the very next hearing was the time that I was finally going to get to speak on court record and turn in evidence, which is all that it will ever take any time for any reasonable, specially honorable judge to see this information and documented factual evidence that is legit and has been kept in the proper chain of custody the entire time and is established evidence is true and correct and the gist of what I'm saying here. She says, "I'm pretty sure as long as Nikki files the motion to dismiss that I don't have to show." Then she says to what I had said about you may go to jail if you show up in court again. She says, "That's what I was just thinking." Because she knows eventually at some point I'm going to get to turn this evidence in. I'm going to testify. She's going to be busted for perjury and she's going to be sitting in Marysville prison for at least 12 months. And she knew that the first time that she went back on December 27th and collected $1912 of 2000 when Nikki Reed only used $88. And she knows that this third time, too. I have no idea what she's doing. Surely she's going to end up in prison for perjury over this. Surely. She says, "That's what I was thinking." I say, "You don't need to be present, only Nikki. Since you dropped the entire case." She says, "That's what I'm thinking." I say, "I may have to go, too." She says, "Right." I say, "For the magistrate to tell me." I say that the case has been dropped. She says, "I want you to know." She says, "I want you to know of you or the babies need anything, tell me and I'll do my best to see that y'all get it." What she obviously narcissistically meant was, "I want you to know if you or the babies need anything, that I'll do my best that y'all get it." Which we've never asked her for anything. Ever. I did ask her could she reimburse the children for the money that she stole from them from my pocket to pay the attorney to go to here to prevent all this evilness from happening. Yes, at some point I did. And she paid me the minimal amount of money, and she still owed me $750 from that event before I just had to go spend another $15 today in a matter of hours. It's 3:46 a.m., February 10th, 2021, and I have an appointment to see an attorney at 3 p.m., so less than 12 hours from now. And now I have to stop the video. So I'm going to stop it right here.